If you wait more than 5 minutes to call your Facebook leads, your conversion rate drops by 400%. Most businesses take 30 minutes, an hour, sometimes they call the next day. But then your competitor already closed the deal. Today I'm showing you the exact systems that calls leads in under 60 seconds, all automatically. The number one problem I hear from small to medium-sized businesses using Facebook ads to acquire leads is that they're spending money on Facebook, but by the time they call the leads, they're already cold or gone with someone else. And hey, if we haven't met yet, I am Mo from Sonar AI, and we build AI voice agents for small to medium-sized businesses. And for those businesses using Facebook ads to acquire leads, they're spending to get those leads, but by the time they call them, they're already cold or gone with someone else. And that isn't a lead quality problem, it's a speed to lead problem. And that's exactly the system we'll be looking in today. If you're running Facebook ads right now and your follow-up process is slightly on the slower end, then voice AI technology might be an interesting way to solve this problem. And if you want to consider this for your own business and see if this may apply or if there is perhaps other use cases, then I do offer 5 free consultation slots. You can find the link in the description. Those fill up pretty fast, so if you're interested, go and get yours now. And with that said, let's get right into it. Now let's picture a lead that comes in from a Facebook ad. We receive a notification, but the salesperson or the sales team is currently busy with other tasks. And one can imagine that after they finish, they'll get back. So let's say that's 60 minutes after the lead first signed up through the Facebook ad. And the sales team is going to call that lead back. Now, by the time they call that back, so let's say that's like 60 minutes after, the lead might have already gone to a different competitor, in which case we have lost the opportunity because of the speed to lead, lack of speed. But it might also be that the lead has lost interest. So we wanted to capture that interest right there and then, but we lost it as time has passed. So the interest decreases the more we let them wait. Now, there is actually very interesting statistics from an MIT study that was investigating lead response and speed to lead. And it was really interesting that if we're going to call a lead in the first 5 minutes, let's say, or in the first minute even, we really get very high conversion. And it's very logical. Why? Because we're there, we're invested, we're very interested, we are thinking about that specific matter. And the more time we are going to let pass, the more, of course, we lose the interest, we lose, let's say, the deal. So it's really, really important, especially because we're spending so much money in Facebook ads, to really capture the leads right there and then. So unfortunately, the 80% of the leads are going to go to the person or the business that is going to respond first. So it's really important to be responsive, but also be very quick to respond and be there when a call comes in. Now, that means, of course, that every minute counts, and we need to, make sure that we get very fast to the leads that show interest. So that's why perhaps a manual approach might find a few cracks. Is that, the sales team might not always be 100% available because they have other tasks, and depending on how big your sales organization is, it's just human to have other things on your plate, and you cannot really focus at that very specific moment. So it can be quite inconsistent the way they're going to call back an interesting lead. And by the fact that an organization might not be too big, you might not have 24/7 availability. And if you run your ads 24/7, that means that if someone is going to sign up at night, you're not going to be able to, really go and follow up with them. You will probably go and talk to them the next day, which is already a significant amount of time that you're going to let loose. Okay, so now you might be wondering, how are we going to fix this issue of, not getting back to people fast? And nowadays you can really do this with AI callers, and they've got really, really good right now where it's really almost indistinguishable from a, real human being. And what they're really good at is quickly understanding or qualifying a lead and book an appointment right through your calendar. So you build that very initial connection with the lead that came from your Facebook ad, and you get them to book directly into your calendar. So you get them to commit and actually meet with you, and not just, let's say, show interest, but you actually get them to take an action. And it's really important to take that initial opportunity because it's the, let's say, most vital moment of attention that they have with you or your products and services. But now, how does this kind of work? You can imagine that a lead comes through Facebook ads, and then what will happen is that will initially actually trigger this tool right here. So it's called NA10. And that is kind of like watching everything that is coming in from Meta, for example. And once that, let's say, comes, that is going to actually, I would rather say that this, we can put it here. So this is watching, let's say something comes and it comes right into NA10 because it's listening. It's using something called a webhook, which is, allowing us to hear whenever an action or an event happens. And that is going to directly fire off the AI caller itself. So, and we use a tool called Vapi for that, which uses ChatGPT. So I would rather do this. And that allows us to pretty much directly call the user. I mean, it can also do SMS actually, but let's say they don't respond to our call. What we can do is have a call or follow-up callback system where we first send an SMS. And if they don't respond to the SMS, we're able to then, call them back again. So we're able to really try to get to them, to capture that attention that they gave us through filling out a form or, just showing interest through a Facebook ads. But the thing is, when we are fast, we're able to get to them because they're probably on their phone. And if we're going to call them, they're probably gonna, be there. So it's very important to be fast with the system, and it's really possible. So you're able to really, as soon as someone is going to show interest, you're able in 15 seconds to get them on a call. So it's very good because then, as I said, you're able to, get that initial contact, but then you can get them onto, a meeting in a calendar. So let's say you're able to book them on the 12th, and that is going to be your initial part where, the human can take over. Because the AI is really good when it comes to, repetitive, like where you want to qualify someone. It's not as good when it comes to, let's say, holding a very unstructured conversation. And that is how we set up, let's say, the AI stuff. And this is really why it works really well for Facebook ads, because we're able to, given that someone just saw us, we're able to really capture their attention, and we can talk to them in real time. So perhaps they have questions that we're able to solve on the spot, and that way we qualify them and we see if they're a fit. Then we move them on into a meeting. If they're not, we're just like providing them with answers to their potential questions. So let's say it's a really useful way and good way to use this technology for a use case where you're already spending so much money to acquire those leads, so you want to make the most of them. Now, if you are interested in seeing if this could actually fit your own business or your own situation, I'd remind you that I offer these 5 free consultation slots, which you can find in the first link in the description. So I invite you there if you're interested. And generally what we do in these consultations is that we will look and understand what you do exactly at your business and try to see whether, first of all, this technology fits what you do, because many times it doesn't, and what could be the use cases that are most beneficial for you. All right, so that was it. I hope this was beneficial. We are going in the next videos to build a, let's say, simple speed to lead system, which allows us to, call people very quickly. Let's say from a Facebook ad or from a Google ad. So yeah, it's some sort of form that then calls. So you do not want to miss that. And if you are interested in learning how to set up your very first AI voice agent, then I do invite you to continue on this other video, and I see you there.